Well, Eddie, this card in Leeds, it's got a nice look about it.
I like it. I mean, look, you always need to get a bit lucky. I mean, even I would like to say to you that I knew that Conlon against Wood was going to be one of the greatest fights of all time. I thought it'd be good, but I didn't think it'd be that good. And again, with this fight, I thought this fight would actually be better than Conlon would. I mean, if that's the case, we're lucky people. But Maxi Hughes against Ryan Walsh, a really good domestic fight with really world title ramifications. Ebony Bridges Roman will be an absolute war. I like Dalton Swift against Ray Millett. Everyone knows Ray Millett was an outstanding amateur. Sky Nicholson on the card as well. Callum French, Mally Wright. It's a really good night of boxing, and I think we're going to get a really good one.
Well, there are some stories to be made on the card. It is that kind of a night you feel. But in terms of the story that you absolutely want to happen, Josh Warrington coming through this contest, because it opens up incredible doors now. He said yesterday he quite fancies the City Ground in Leigh Wood, but I mean, obviously there's Vegas and there's all these other options. I mean, that's got to happen, hasn't it, from your point of view? And then you can open all sorts of doors.
I just think this is such a fascinating fight. I mean, look, Kiko Martinez knocks out Kid Galahad. We sat down with him after the fight and said, look, you've got the Kid Galahad rematch, you've got unification fights, you've got this. He said, I want Josh Warrington. And I thought it was going to be in Spain. He went, no, I want to go back to Leeds. He said, I felt I should have beat him last time. I know I'll knock him out. He called this fight on. He's so confident. And I think Josh is a little bit nervous because I think, not because he's worried about Kiko Martinez, but this is his career on the line, isn't it? Because Josh Warrington can't continue in the sport if he
loses on Saturday night.
I mean, he could, but he ain't going to want to fight at that level.
No.
So I think there's the fear in a fighter to say, this could be it, and I don't want it to be it. I don't think Josh Warrington's ready to retire. I don't think he wants to retire, but he also knows if I don't win this fight, I don't know if I can carry on. So I think it's a really interesting fight. I think it's a 50-50. I think it's going to be a war. The styles, these two styles will always gel. Kid Galahad was a horrible style for Kiko Martinez, and he found a way to win. Warrington will be there, and he'll be in his face. He'll be throwing combinations, and I think this is going to gel into a brilliant fight. And you're right. The winner can go on to fight Leigh Wood. The winner can go on to fight Santa Cruz. The winner can go on to fight Navarrete. It's massive for Josh. This is a fight that opens up all the mega fights all over again.
Ed, for me, I'm man enough. Forget the Manchester Leeds rivalry. I know the atmosphere is something special. This has got to be one of the most mental atmospheres you've ever experienced in boxing. I'm right in saying that, right?
Yeah, and Josh, amazing. Josh says, 8 years we've been coming here.
I mean, I remember it was on a Wednesday night. It was a Wednesday night, wasn't it? Yes.
Josh Warrington and Steve Wood said to me, you should try the arena. I'm thinking, the arena holds 12,000. And we went on a Wednesday, and we only did about 3,000 or 4,000. But it was like,
it was
wow,
mad. It was mad.
Is that? And then all of a sudden it got bigger and bigger, and now it's 12,000 full up. And I'll tell you, the atmosphere, incredible. I mean, again, going back 2 weeks, we saw 40% Irish, 60% Nottingham. You're going to see 95% Leeds and probably a couple of Spaniards down on the floor. But not the floor, as in the floor seats. Maybe on the floor, though. But I think that you're right, and this is a really special atmosphere. And it's just one of those ones where when I bring people here to the first time, they just go, because it's a banked arena, so you just look up and you just think, what is this? This is absolutely mental. So I can't wait.
Now we know that the show goes on. Once this one's out of the way, you've got to think about the next 3 or 4 down the line. But just a bit of housekeeping, really. Again, so much chat with everything that's going on in the world about Usyk and everything else. Can you give us any?
I think the fight's going to happen. I think I've been backwards and forwards. And this week, of course, we heard the news that Usyk's been given permission to leave the country and start camp. He's done that now.
Has he actually left?
Yeah, I believe so. And he prepares now for camp for a June fight. AJ's really happy. He turned down. He would have been sick because he turned down a lot of money to step aside. And now all of a sudden he wasn't stepping aside and he wasn't getting any money. So he's probably quite relieved because this is the fight that he wants. And this fight will happen. It looks like end of June. And we'll be speaking to Alex Krasik over the weekend and nailing down the location and the date. And this almost certainly looks like it's ready to go.
Ed, we imagine that's going to be a stadium fight. And talking of stadium fights with a fighter who you promote, Demetrius Andrade, Zach Parker, that's going to happen in Derby. You're confident that's going to happen?
May 21st, I think. The same night we got Boatsy and Richards as well. It's
great fight. That's a great fight.
I think it's good to see. Zach Parker's a good young fighter from Derby. Derby County Stadium is ambitious, but why not? You don't always have to do 40,000. We did 20,000 at Goodison Park with Bellew, and it was an amazing night. So good fight for the division, and I believe Demetrius Andrade will win that fight.
What's this here about you want to James Bond? Is that?
It was just that I think that sometimes I'm in a mischievous mood and I like winding people up. And I just did an interview and I just said that I was looking well at the moment, lost a bit of weight. I think the call from, to be the new James Bond is coming. And people were going into my social going, is he serious?
So you weren't being serious?
Well, of course I was. Why not? What are you trying to say, Crolla?
Mate, which one was you? Mate, Brosnan, you thought Brosnan.
Basildon Bond. Basildon Bond. That's about it, I think, yeah. No, I just like to have a bit of fun and wind people up.